So I've gone ahead to draw the pattern, place the shoulder 8 inches. This is 8 inches from here to here. This is the neck width 3 by 3, the armhole, this is the bust line, the under bust, and the waistline. So now I'll just place my that's bust span. Here it's 4.5. I'll place it here, 4.5. I'll place it here as well, 4.5 and 4.5. Now go ahead to rule a straight line, just like this. So I don't want much cleavage on this, so I'll just use the distance between the bust and the under bust, which is 4 inches, to get the top part of this bustier here, 4 inches. So I'll rule another line there. Now we'll place our darts. For the under bust, to tighten it, I usually get the difference between the waist and the under bust circumference to get the under bust dart right here. And here the difference is 3 inches, so I'll be putting 2 inches here and 1 inch, because the waistline is 38 and here it's 35. The under bust circumference is 35, 38. The difference is 3 inches, so I'll be taking 2 inches on this side, on the side, because it's believed that our bust on the side is fuller than the side towards the center front. So here 2 inches and 1 inch, but most times we'll just take 1 inch here. For the darts, I'll be taking 1 inch, 1 inch. Then on this dart leg, I won't be getting to the bust point. I'll come down by 1 inch. This line, I would also extend it to this point so that I can tighten the upper bust. And tighten the upper bust. So I'll be taking 1 inch on both sides, or I could do 1.5 and 1 inch. Let me just take 1.5 on this side. Remember I said this side, the bust is usually fuller on the side than towards the center front. So I'll just connect these darts now. I'll come up here by 1 inch as well. Here. So I'm connecting this. Now let me use a comb. Connect on this side, on this side, connect this, turn it around, connect this, and then this. And now we'll start placing our measurements. For the bust point, bust line, it's 42. That's 10.5 here. 10.5. The under bust is 35 by 4 is 8.75. So here 8.75. Then remember 3 inches. So 8.75 plus 3 inches here to be here. Then the waist is 9.5 plus 2 inches. 9.5, that's 11.5. 11.5 here. I'll just extend my line to that point here and here. Now I'll be connecting this curve so it actually look like a bustier. I'll come down here from this point. Now I went up here from where the bustier starts from. I'll come down here by 1 inch. 1 inch. I'll connect it to this point and then connect this point to the armhole. I'll be using my curve for that. Just like this. Connect this to the armhole. So you know we took 1.5 and 1. We're going to return it here. That's 2.5. So I'll return it 2.5. I'll just connect it here, here. Sewing allowance, I'll be using 2.5 inches for sewing allowance. Using 2.5 inches for sewing allowance. I'll just place it there. Right here. Turning this and then sew here. 9.5 plus 2 and then 2.5 inches here. Right here. Just connect it this way. Then roll my line. So on this pattern, I placed my sewing allowance 2.5 inches. Now, this is a bustier pattern. So I'm going to be cutting this out. But if you want to attach a yoke, you could use this for your yoke. You could use this part for your yoke. But this is what I'll be using, because I already added my sewing allowance and all of that. Sewing allowance is 2.5 here. You could decide to demarcate it or not. Let me just do that for the purpose of this. Here. So now let's cut it out so you see what it looks like. This is the center front. Here. So this is what it looks like. I'll just attach this now with a tape so you see what it looks like, or maybe pins. Okay, so I'm done pinning it down. See how the lines are lined? That's how it should be. Look at it. So even without padding it or sewing it, I just pinned it down with my pins. Let me show you. Look at the pins. Pinned it down, and yet it's out already. The cup is out already. That's what it should look like. So let's go to the back pattern. So this is the back pattern, and the sides has to be the same with the front because you'll be joining it at the side. But here I don't want it to be straight, so I can just come down here by, I want it 1 inch, but I could do ½ inch. So by the time I turn it with lining, it will just take up the 1 inch. So I'll just come down here by ½ inch here and curve it back to the side. So here is what I'll be needing. Then these darts, you can decide to open it up or not. For some people just put the darts without opening up, but for this bustier making, I'll be opening up this dart. So I'll have 2 parts at the back, and then I'll be putting a zipper allowance of 2 inches here, so I can just attach another zipper to it, but I'll put that on my fabric 2 inches. And you know how in my previous video I showed you how to eliminate the bulge, so I'll be doing that for this pattern as well. So I'll just open this up here. Let me just cut out. This is my sewing allowance. This is the zipper, this is the sewing allowance. So I'm done cutting it, the back piece. This is where the dart was placed. So this is the side, and this is the center back. So this is what it would look like when I'm done. I'll just pin it down so you could see. So this is the back pattern, and this is the front. This is the center back. This is going to be ×2 because you're going to be putting it on full. So this is going to be ×2. This is the side. So this side should just be like this. It should actually be like this. Yeah. 2 piece, because they're all going to be on fold when cutting it. This is your bustier. Isn't it lovely? I hope this video was helpful. Please subscribe, drop a comment, and like. Thank you.